Okay, so Buffy Season 2, Episode 15, Phases. So Xander and Cordelia are now public about their relationship. And everyone also apparently knows that Oz is dating Willow. And Cordelia and Willow appear to be bonding because of Xander, which is interesting. We also find out that Oz is a werewolf. Oz and Willow appear to be moving toward a more serious relationship. And Oz also said that he's in love with Willow. So, delayed reaction. We've always known that Xander wants Buffy, but he's realized that he can't have her. Now that Xander's finally getting some, and from the most in-demand girl in school, no less, he doesn't seem satisfied with it. He's rude to Cordelia all the time, and is always talking about Buffy and Willow. But what really seems to be eating at Xander now is not Buffy, but Willow. And Willow spent goodness only knows how long following Xander around, waiting for him to realize how beautiful she is, and how wonderful of a person she is. Which maybe he realizes that part, but she's obviously been interested in him for a long time, and Xander has known that. And now that Willow's finally getting over Xander and moving on with Oz, Xander seems incredibly jealous. Why is it taking him until now, when Willow's finding this awesome, funny, and completely sweet guy? What do you think? Who should Willow date? Who should Xander date? We also see some sort of unlikely bonds forming here. During the first season of Buffy, the Scoobies hate Cordelia. And now she's kind of one of them. When Cordelia found out that Buffy was the Slayer, it seemed like she was in a helpful mood. And while she makes rude and yet horribly funny remarks, she seems to have a genuine desire to help their cause. To help the world. And Cordelia is developing more and more depth every day, which may or may not be why she and Xander have developed a relationship. But Cordelia's grow obsessions with Xander, beyond them, she seems to be making friends with Willow as well, and we all recall how cruel Cordelia was to Willow in the first episode of Buffy. But Willow's consistently forgiving of Cordelia. And the two are talking to each other and sharing insecurities and genuine emotion. Maybe Cordelia's not the mean girl we thought her to be, and maybe Willow's just the person to help Cordelia come out of her hateful shell. I think some of the real life stuff going on in this episode is the beginning stages of a relationship. Whether you're Willow wanting to move on, or Oz afraid of what the other will think, the beginning stages of a relationship can be tough. In order to develop depth between two people, there's a certain level of honesty and confidence that one needs to be able to expect from the other person. While we're not all werewolves, each of us has things that we're ashamed about, or personal insecurities that we try and hide from. We want people to think that we're good people, and that we want them to think good things about us, and not that we're, crazy pants. Developing honesty and the ability to confide in someone new can be really hard. The bad sexism is also on the surface of this episode. We can hopefully see how wrong and ignorant misogyny is. We can also see Oz as a metaphor for the different sides of ourselves. Oz is a very calm person, but he turns into this monster. Are there hidden parts of ourselves that we see sometimes sort of peek out? The next episode is called Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered. And while it is a filler episode, it's one that if you don't see, you'll be fine. I think it's entertaining. I think it's really funny. There's some continuity in here as well. We see a character who we've seen in the past reappear. So yeah, I would recommend watching the next episode because I think it's really funny. But if you don't want to watch it, you won't really miss a whole ton.